Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your man, Chief Sock G, coming to y'all live from the belly of the beast. Uptown, D.C., in my old neighborhood. So I just wanted to come holler at y'all tonight, man. First of all, salute to the Angry Black Man Media Squad out there. Saying y'all been showing a lot of love, a lot of support. And I just want to say I really appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? When I started Angry Black Man Media, shot my first video, I guess the vision I had for was really just to be able to just talk to my people and to be able to speak and be the voice for all the brothers and sisters who feel like they trapped and a prisoner to political correctness, to really talk about what's going on, you know what I'm saying, in our community and in the world today. You know what I'm saying? Angry Black Man Media is a place where you could be free. You ain't got to worry about motherfuckers on your job, motherfuckers at church, motherfuckers, white boys you went to school with and grew up with. If you too afraid to say these words, then I'll be the one to say them for you. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's some very important concepts that we need to discuss, just so that moving forward, when I make these videos, motherfuckers know what to and what not to say, or how to address, you know, the things that I'm bringing out and how not to address them. First and foremost, you cannot love black people without hating the white man. And what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, especially with that Black Lives Matter bullshit was going on, motherfuckers had signs that say pro-black isn't anti-white. Tell you what, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Being pro-white is definitely being anti-black. You couldn't be pro-Nazi without being anti-Jew. You couldn't be pro-Confederacy without being anti-North. Like, the idea that you could be pro-black and not anti-white is asinine, and is the mentality of a slave who's too afraid to really and truly break free from the training of his slave master. I'm gonna tell you right now, you are not ready for the responsibility and the burden of leadership if you aren't prepared to detox yourself completely from everything that you've been taught and trained and raised to believe in America. You're not ready to detox from your Christianity, if you're not ready to detox from your Islam, if you're not ready to detox from your democracy, you're not ready for rebellion. You're not ready for revolution. The first step in a revolution is to change who you are on the inside, is to change the way that you think, change your perspective, change your views on the world. And a lot of y'all think that because you went to college or you got a good education, because you read the 48 Laws of Power, or because you read The Art of War, that you know what it means to rise out of oppression. Well, guess what? None of the ideologies that's been given to you, none of the books that have been written that you read was written from the perspective of the oppressed rising against their oppressor. And the way that I know that is because you look at the path that we've taken over the past 60 years to rise out of this oppression, the shit ain't fucking worked. Never ever before on the planet has a people gotten free from their oppressor by asking for it. Never ever has a people gotten free from their oppressor by marching and protesting and begging, Master, please stop killing us. And never before has a people gotten free by straight up taking arms against their oppressor without first changing themselves, without changing the way that they think and the way that they live, and coming up with new concepts and ideals on how to establish civilization. Go look at the French Revolution, the Spanish Revolution, the American Revolution. All of those revolutions were accompanied with a change in the way that the people thought, and the way that people breathed, and the way that the people lived, and that is what sparked the unity that led to those revolutions. You're not really about revolution if you're not ready to completely break free of everything that you've been given as truth and reality in America. In the ISUPK and the Commanding General Yohana, we've been forged in the hardships of facing the realities of America. In the ISUPK, we sound mind, body, and spirit. You understand? I see the oppression of my people. I see how we suffering. I have a hard day. I don't get high. I don't go chase no hoe. I don't go meet no sister, have sex with her, and throw her away. I don't make no excuses, you understand, for the setbacks that I have in life. You understand? Now, when I look at my community, I see the way my people suffering, see the way my people dying. I can pinpoint who's to blame. I can take you all the way back to the source of all the suffering and all the hell that we living through in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community. You want to talk about black on black crime, you want to talk about all the drugs, you want to talk about the prostitution, I can take you all the way back to the source. And at the source, none of it is us. It's the motherfucking white man. So if you ain't really prepared to deal with the realities and to break free from the mental chains, then of course you're never going to really be able to break free from the physical manifestations of that slavery. Police brutality, black on black violence, the drugs, the crime, the homosexuality, the rape, the molestation, you know what I'm saying? The mere fact that none of the shit that happens in the hood gets talked about. The whole, don't snitch and keep silent. All of those things are manifestations of oppression, of slavery, of spiritually and mentally being beat down. And the only way we're gonna break free is if we start to detox ourselves. So Angry Black Man Media, we here to bring the detox. Whether you motherfuckers like it or not, if you tuning into this channel, then you're gonna be like a motherfucker who was on heroin, who then strapped himself into a motherfucking chair, and now he's on day 3, crying and itching and scratching, and you want to break free. But if you really want to get healed, you know that you got to go ahead and ride this shit out. You know what I'm saying? There's a change that's coming, y'all, and the change is not going to be us physically going to war with these crackers in the streets. Look around the world. This white man done oppressed everybody, and everybody's God or their belief, their way of life is to physically fight. That's why them Arabs blowing themselves up. That's why the Chinese and the North Koreans is building nuclear weapons. That's why the Russians is telling America, listen, y'all shot that motherfucking jet out the sky in Syria. We ain't taking that shit no more. We ain't gotta fight these motherfuckers physically in order to be able to win. All we gotta do is gather ourselves together, huddle quietly, and wait for this shit to fall down. The question is, who's gonna be the ones to take over when all this shit go down? Y'all seen a sister in Seattle just got murdered by the motherfucking cops calling 911 because she thought a burglar was in the crib. 911 ain't working no more. 911 is like calling 911 for the white man to come help you when you got a problem. It's like having a fly flying around a glass house and you take a motherfucking sledgehammer and start smashing the walls to kill the fly. You know what I'm saying? Calling a white man to handle a problem is like you got a cat stuck in the tree and you call a motherfucking gorilla who just come knock the whole motherfucking tree down, chase the cat through the block, knock down all the motherfucking buildings and shit. When 911 no longer works, so it's no longer reliable, who the fuck y'all gonna call on? Black man, you need to be there for motherfuckers to call on. Within the ISUPK, pretty soon 911 ain't gonna work in your city, you can call us up. You're gonna say, I need an officer over here to handle this situation. I need a brother to come solve this issue, solve this problem. And the only way we gonna be able to get to that point is if you motherfuckers detox. You understand? I'm gonna tell you right now, the motherfucker who's to blame for the condition that we in right now when it comes to all this police brutality is your motherfucking Christian pastor. The motherfuckers in the 1960s, I know everybody love that civil rights movement because you've been told to love that civil rights movement. You wanna know why the white man hails Martin Luther King and hails that civil rights movement? Because that civil rights movement was black leadership handing us over on a platter to these crackers. And it was them same religious leaders in the 60s and the 70s who begged to join the white man, who in the 80s and 90s begged the white man to come police us in our neighborhoods, who begged the white man to please come deal with the gangs. Please come deal with the drugs. Please come deal with all of these social problems because them motherfuckers didn't want to empty out the coffers of their treasuries. They didn't want to give back all of the grandmama's money that was spent on tithes for the pastor to have a big ass mansion and ride a nice Rolls Royce and have a big jet so he can take trips to the fucking Bahamas and fuck little boys in the ass. Them niggas ain't want to give that money up. So we starved. So we went hungry. Them motherfuckers convinced the women that you didn't need your man. So you gave your man up for welfare, for WIC, you know what I'm saying, for food stamps. And guess what? The men had to resort to drugs and violence and guns and killing each other and being in jail. And now, 60 years later, look at what we faced with. Detox, y'all. That's what Angry Black Man Media is about. And if you're ready for the detox, then you stay tuned. If you want to know how we progress once we finish detoxing, then that's what you got the ISUPK for. This your man, Chief Sock G, man. I come out here, I'm telling y'all, because I love black people. I love Hispanics and Native Indian people. And I see the way we suffering, and I don't get high. I don't go to the strip club. I don't try to escape the reality. I face the shit head on because I'm a man who's detoxed. I'm a man who's disciplined. I'm a man who's forged in the realities of the hardships that we living in. And that's what we all gotta become. So again, salute to the Angry Black Man Media Squad. It's your man, Chief Sock G, live from the belly of the beast. I'll holler at y'all.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.